So my name is Melinda Quilty. I work for New Mexico State University. I'm one of the people that we do all the enterprise systems like Canvas and anything that integrates with Canvas and Zoom. But a lot of my time is I'm the VR lead for the university. So we have quadrupled our courses and our students and headsets. So this semester we got up to 480 students in headset, which from the fall we had 75. So we're doing a lot there in VR, and that's kind of what I've been doing these days. So, as you brought up, Andrew Cedillo and Robbie Grant, they brought VR to the university about 5 years ago, and NMSU was one of the first 10 metaversities. So they built some digital twins for us. So some of our horseshoe lib and some of our classes are already in a digital twin. And it really started off with a couple of criminal justice professors. One of them just won the Innovative Teacher of the Year award for NMSU, Ida, for what she was using. She had a mock crime scene on campus, and she was really feeling like her global students weren't quite getting the same. So she worked with Andrew, and they created that. Now we have courses that are using like immerse in our language courses like Spanish. We have hotel management doing some stuff, both Engage and Victory XR. We have multiple criminal justice classes. Our engineering and some other departments are starting to use body swaps to work on soft skills. So we're kind of expanding out to a lot of different departments and stuff based on some of the apps that we're using. And truly, our next big goal is to get students creating and getting them that hands-on experience in the whole process. So there's certain really great apps that I've worked with those great and like they have already pre-made lessons that fit right into what we're doing. So those are some great benefits for using them. But we also realized that we wanted to showcase some of our uniqueness, like our own, where we have the criminal justice has the lab downstairs. And so starting to create that and to give our students that hands-on experience of creating and working through the process kind of is one of the benefits of doing it. Now the downside is we're not right where we want to be yet, and we're still learning as we go. Like, we spent the past couple of months learning how to scan objects. That was a big kind of hurdle, like to be able to create those assets and knowing someone that has Unity experience and putting it all together. So I think the downside is we're probably not fast as the companies that can pre-make it for you, but getting that full control and getting to put our hands on it because we've become so much intertwined with the VR. So to have that input and that control over it is huge. Yeah, so one of the big lanes is my part of it is all kind of putting it all together. And a lot of times I was figuring students were getting in the headset, and then when they get in different apps, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to move around or just work with the controllers, get back to the home screen or anything like that. So for the Zoe project, I really want to focus on just using basic tasks and just like having them experience VR in that maybe short first time lane because we like to break our students into it and not just have them jump in for 45 minutes. We want to ease them into it, knowing that that's the best practices and get some more enjoyable, but to make them feel confident so they're excited when the class starts to get in. So for mine, I'm really big into athletics and NMSU's really has some great sports. So I want to highlight that. So mine was kind of a basketball scene where I wanted the students to walk in, move around, move objects, shoot the basketball, kind of get that hands-on, just using the hand controllers itself, and kind of with a lot of an MSU branding. And so that's what you'd see when you walk in. It started off as definitely self-contained that I was like, okay, if I can do this and we got students to practice in here, that's great. But knowing that there's more that we could have done and having more of an experience, my experience is pretty short. You can knock it out in 2 minutes, but we could do like some of the other projects I saw and some of the stuff, videos you guys have created, kind of doing like hidden spaces, making it a little bit more game-like. Mine was pretty direct, walk here, pick up object, shoot, but make it more game. After they've done that initial, I think if I expanded on it, and make it a more of a game experience for them. For sure, because I'm not the most tech savvy person, and I know that sounds surprising that I spend my whole most of my days either online or in VR, and it's become my passion project for sure. But building was a whole new experience for me. I don't have a Unity, I don't have a game background, so it was a fresh start. Recently, back in October, Meta put on a conference where they brought in a bunch of what they consider the kind of the top people doing stuff. And luckily, NMSU was invited to that. And that kind of changed my mindset because I got to see a lot of really cool people doing some amazing things. And at first, I would came in like that intimidation, and I was like, "Man, I can't get there. They're like way there. Like, where I'm doing some cool stuff, but wow." But I flipped my mindset, and I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna try, and I'm gonna fail at sometimes, and it's going to be horrible, or maybe I won't, and it'll be good." And so I think just say yes has kind of been my motto with that. And I think that's the lane is it's intimidating. It's intimidating for everybody, but if you think of it, especially educators, their goal is to teach students some do things that where you're uncomfortable is where you grow the most. And as a person that's normally leading, you don't get to feel uncomfortable very much. And we get liking that as educators, but getting back to that spot to kind of get our hands back on it and remember it's like for our students. So say yes and push through that uncomfortableness would be my advice for them because so far the words have been great and I haven't had any downsides with it.